Bung Bung. Welcome to the Poddy's, brought to you by Bung Bung Coffee. Everyone worth knowing that I know drinks Bung Bung Coffee. Do you know anyone that drinks Bung Bung Coffee?
Never heard of it.
What?
I'm fucking with you. Everyone knows about Bung Bung Coffee, bro.
Bung Bung Coffee is one of the biggest coffee. I'm going to call someone off that's completely off guard right now and see what they think about Bung Bung Coffee. We're going to make a phone call and we're going to find out someone that's unprepared what they've got to say about Bung Bung Coffee. And that's a real testimonial. That's a real testimonial. So let's just let's see what this guy's got to say.
G'day, mate.
Hey, mate, I'm just calling from Welcome to the Poddy Studios. I just wanted to get your thoughts on something.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just wondering if you've ever had Bung Bung Coffee before, and if so, how good it is on a scale of 1 to the best coffee you've ever had.
Oh, mate, it's fantastic, actually. My Breville setup is Bung Bung every single day.
Yeah.
A bit of Bonsoy in there. Yeah, primo.
And does your Breville setup ever get oily residue?
No, I've never had that, actually.
Yeah, so you've never had to clean your Breville setup because Bung Bung Coffee is so pure that it stays clean all the time.
That's exactly right. I've never even had some scale or anything in there, mate. She's been pristine condition.
Unbelievable. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Thanks, mate.
Cheers. Have a good one.
You too. Listen to that. Now, no more needs to be said other than, do you know where you can get Bung Bung Coffee?
Yeah, I think so. www.bungbungcoffee.com.
Yes, and if you say it into the mic, everyone will be able to hear it. It's www.bungbungcoffee.com. That's BUNG coffee.com. If you enter promo code PODDY, that's PODDY, that's 15% off all orders. No minimum order, no maximum order. 15% off all orders with the promo code PODDY. That's PODDY, that's double D like the titties, at bungbungcoffee.com. BUNG coffee.com. Let's start the show.
Welcome to the party. Best show on the internet. Ask anybody. You know it's easy money. Sit back, relax, get your headphones, everybody. Welcome to the party. Blackout in the booth. Every episode's a party. We go hard like Ricky Bobby. Tell a friend to tell a friend. This is Welcome to the Party.
Welcome to the party. Bung bung. It's your man Claytron, aka the Big Boss Man, aka the Clumsy Jeweler, because I'm always dropping gems, aka the Milkman, because I always deliver, aka the PhD of podcasting, the Magnum PI of podcasting, the Captain, the Trey Young of podcasting, because I am ice cold in this bitch. And if you don't know what I'm talking about today, well, This episode will actually be released in like 5 days, but today was game 5 of the game 5 of Boston Atlanta series, and the Boston Celtics absolutely capitulated in the last 6 minutes of the game, and Atlanta took it from them.
Yeah.
Trey Young in particular hit a very long, like maybe a 29-foot three. Logo shot, really.
Yeah, he had a big quarter though leading up to that.
Yeah.
So that was just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, unreal. Yeah. So that's what happened today, and that's why I'm the Trey Young of podcasting. But we've got Boardman back in the booth.
Yeah, back a little 1 week hiatus.
Yeah, a bit of annual leave.
Yeah.
You went to Bali.
Went to Bali, spraying some toilet bowls. It was fun.
You got the Bali belly.
Yeah, that part sucked, but it's a good trip other than that.
Yeah. So. And you think it was the food, not the water?
Yeah, just by narrowing it down. 6 of us that went, 5 got sick, and 5 ate the beef at dinner this one night.
5 ate the beef, and that's a true gangbang.
Yeah, that sounded pretty wild actually, hearing that back. But yeah, the beef cheeks got us.
Yeah, it was beef cheeks.
It's beef cheeks. Yeah,
man, dude, I went to this. We'll get back to Bali in a second. I just want to say I went to a farm yesterday. And it made me want to turn veggie.
That's happened to me a few times.
Oh, I just love them. But then like you just eat some meat and you're like, yeah, well, I can't do it, can I?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. What did you do? What was the low light? Must have been Barley Belly.
Yeah, low light was Barley Belly.
How long after the cheeks How long after devouring the cheeks did you get barley belly?
So it got me about 18 hours. So I thought I got away with it.
18 hours,
Whereas the others, it got them about 5 or 6 hours after we ate.
Right, and what did that sound like?
Just sounded like someone was turning a tap on.
Yeah,
It was nuts. And
Yeah.
like, because of the way our villa was set up, there was no like solid wall in between mine and Watsy's bathroom.
Yeah.
So we were just playing battle shits, but that shit just sounded fucking crazy at one point.
Hectic.
Dude.
Like Harold and Kumar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it was almost like Terrence and Phillip with diarrhea.
Yeah,
Which is
yeah.
Hilarious at the time.
Yeah, shit.
Got to make light of a shitty situation.
Shitty situation, yep.
Yeah.
Certainly. And what was the highlight of the trip?
I think just the downtime for me.
Mhm.
I just like we didn't go out exploring or adventuring or
Just like no
doing
stress.
hikes. Just no stress. Emails turned off. Just sitting in the sun by a pool.
Love that. You got upgraded?
Yeah, upgraded on the way. Got
Mhm.
Economy X, bit more leg room.
And was that just through connections, do you think? Or was that, how did that actually all work out?
Yeah, going through the gate, I did happen to know the person
Mm-hmm.
that was letting us through, so I got upgraded.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was great.
So it just got offered to you on a platter.
Yeah, couldn't turn that down.
And it was just you or both you and Hannah?
Hannah and I.
Hannah and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's almost exactly what I said. You and Hannah. Yeah. But I've been upgraded before. Only once. Well, I've had the ones where it's empty exit row and they're just like, we've clearly got to move you. I've had those, but I've at the check-in been upgraded once on my way home from China. The true economy X, which wasn't exit row, is like it's like between business and economy.
Yeah, okay.
And it was like 2 rows, bigger seats, fluffier seats. It was the first time in my life I've actually been sat next to like, when you're single, you're like, oh, I hope I sit next to like a hot chick. Yeah, I sat next to a hot chick in Economy X and didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. And I was thinking the whole time, like, imagine if she just like reached over and like Jade me, But that didn't happen because I didn't say anything. And also, if I did say something, I probably just got arrested. So good move. And then the second time I sat next to a hot chick was flying from Townsville to Melbourne for a preseason game against Melbourne United. And the whole team was jealous of me, bro. Whole team. Because I sat next to an absolute banger, dude.
Love that.
Smoke show. And again, didn't say shit. That everyone's grabbing, like, come and grab me around the neck. Like, oh, what, did you get her number, guy? Like, no, I didn't. Because I'm a fucking pussy, dude. I hate myself. And the third and final time I sat next to a hot chick. Well, other than like, flying with rage, this is in the fantasy scenario where you get placed next to a random hot chick was coming home from America, my one and only visit post college when I went with a friend of the show, Corey Maynard. I left. He stayed longer than me over there. I left like probably 2 weeks before him, and came back by myself and sat next to this chick. But I was already dating Rach at this time. I did talk to this one. And some old man told me to be quiet.
Like really early on in the piece?
Yeah, like we got up, we were both stretching and then we went to the toilet to get, not together, but like at the same time. We're talking in the line for the toilet. And the guy sitting near the toilet was like, shh. I was like, you're just mad because you're sitting near the toilet, you pussy, shut up. And then we went back and we sat down and we like kept talking. He's like, oh, the lights are off. It's like, it's not your bedroom, cunt. This is public transport.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like, I get there's etiquette. You can't, but we weren't carrying on.
Yeah.
We're just talking.
Yeah, planes they're a tough one. Do you ever get pissed off at people if they're being like, not talking, but if they're like loud around you?
If they're going like, if it's like pissed cunts or like teenagers that are just like, oh, the louder I am, the funnier I am.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I don't say anything, but I'm like, fuck off, man. I will say this, babies on flights, even at my most immature, I've always just been like, man, that sucks. Like, sucks for the parents.
Yeah.
You know, I've never been like, why would you travel with a baby? Like,
Yeah.
I've always just got it. Like, you've got sometimes, one, you have to be traveling, and two, you have to. Like, you have to go on holiday sometimes. You can't just be at home forever, like, because you got a kid.
Yeah. No, I 100% agree with that.
And you can't control. No parents sitting there like, oh, I hope my baby cries on this flight. Like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, they're not enjoying it either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Rach went over a scenario because we had some people like that on our flight back from Perth, and they were carrying on. And I won't go back over it because it's only a few episodes old, and so people will be like, we've just heard this cunt. But yeah, we went through that. What about you? Do you ever say anything?
Do I ever say anything?
Yeah.
No. I've never really been. I don't fly that often though.
Yeah.
So I've been lucky enough not to have too many crying babies on my flights. It's never really been an issue, and people they might be a bit loud at the start of the flight, but after half an hour, everyone tends to quieten down a bit. So
Yeah.
no, I never really felt the need to say anything.
Our baby wasn't even crying, bro.
Just his presence was pissing people off.
Just his,
Just,
you know those
like,
happy
smiling,
noises he makes?
giggling, like all that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like those, just doing that over and over again. And yeah, it's a lot. But at least it's not like wailing, like, oh man. And they couldn't take it. And they were doing this. Bro. Every time you made the noise, they were going like,
hate those cunts. Sorry, I've already sworn a few times.
oh, so have I.
Yeah.
So have I. And I had a solo episode the other day, and I got 10 minutes in. I think I said shit.
I ruined this one in the intro, to be honest.
You did. It was in the Bung Bung Coffee read.
Yeah. Fire out. Next week.
Feeling tired? F that. Perk up and level up with Bung Bung Coffee's delicious modern dark roast. Your favorite brewer's favorite brew. bungbungcoffee.com. So what was it like being on a couples trip? I've never been on a couples trip.
Yeah, that was my first time on one of those. The first few days we did everything together, and then once people started getting a bit sick, we'd split up for the day, and people would go out for breakfast with their partner, and maybe do a whole day with their partner, go out for lunch, and then we'd all meet up at dinner. Yeah. So it was cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. You get your time with your partner, and then you're also in that group environment. So
yeah, cool.
Yeah, I like doing it that way.
Yeah. So there was no, and you probably don't want to say this because they're all, I'm sure, listeners of the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. Everybody else is, but there was no Jesus Christ, I wish I didn't fucking come with this cunt.
No, none of that at all. It's all smooth sailing.
Yeah, nice. There are and you're all welcome to write in and take guesses. There are some couples that I wouldn't dare travel with, that I'm friends with, and some that I hope to travel with someday. So have a guess, folks. We went to this farm yesterday. Shout out to Harndorf Farm Barn, I think it's called. And it's dope. And even if you don't have kids, if you want a date, a date that's not your typical, let's go to dinner or whatever, I recommend it. You just go, you pay for, 2 adults and a kid if you've got a kid, and you buy some food, and in the outdoor area, they just let you feed them. They must just let them feed. You can just feed them as much as you want.
You just buy some pellets or something on the way.
Yeah, the bag's half pellets, half carrots.
Yeah, okay.
And if they're not hungry, they just don't eat. There was a few that just sniffed and just didn't eat it, and then other ones just the donkeys, bro, going.
I feel like they wouldn't know when to stop.
You wouldn't feed an ostrich.
Me? No, yeah. I don't fuck with birds.
You don't fuck with birds, bro.
No.
And we covered that on the golf episode of Welcome to the Poddy podcast. Don't know if you remember that.
Is this which golf episode? The first one?
The only one, because the other one
didn't got released.
Didn't work. Yeah.
Did a bird attack you when you were a child?
Yeah.
That's where it comes from.
Yeah, I've been all fucked up ever since.
Yeah, right. So that's understandable phobia then.
Yeah, shit used to be sweet. I used to have a little pet budgie when I was a kid. Used to hold it, all that kind of stuff, and then just got swooped one time.
How's that for timing?
Yeah, Cunt's telling me not to fucking,
Yeah, you
not to
told me
relax.
shit, cunt.
Yeah.
I was scared to feed the ostrich. And then Rachel went to feed it and she was like, do you think it'll hurt? And I was like, I don't know. And then this guy, I'd say maybe Italian. I don't know. He had a pretty out there accent. Maybe not Italian. Maybe something more Kazakhstanian or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He goes up, no food in his hand, goes up to the ostrich and it pecks him and he's like, oh. And Rachel was like, oh, does it hurt? And he's like, nah. And then Rachel fed it.
Fake out.
And it got the carrot out of her hand and I was like, oh, what did it feel like? She's like, oh, it's so gentle. And so then I did it. And then I was like confident after that. But they're just so, dude.
How tall are they?
These motherfuckers are 7 feet tall probably. And they're,
Fuck that.
and their posture is, they look like a number 6, bro. Like, so they're kind of like a swan. So like, they're kind of like this. And then they've got the big body, right?
Yeah.
So if they stretch that, like they'd be 8 foot probably.
That's crazy.
They're huge. And the emu, you think an emu's a big bird. Like these things that fuck an emu up, bro.
I was about to ask that question. So ostriches, are they native here? Or?
No, Africa.
Yeah, right. I didn't think so.
But they're good in dry, sandy environments. So
kind of like camels, they've just come here and they've adapted pretty well.
yeah, so SA is fine for them. And dude, there was emus, there was ostrich, donkey, deer, goats, peacocks. It's another bird.
Not going anywhere near this place, man.
Alpaca. Did I say goats?
Yeah.
Sheep, cows, dude. Cows, beef cheeks. I love to feed a cow. Their noses are so wet. And they just like get it. It's like feeding a huge, gigantic dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Oh, I had the time of my life. I had way more fun than Kenny. Kenny was too young to be there. But definitely once he can like really, truly appreciate it, I reckon we'll be going there like once every few months. But it's not cheap. Like, I mean, it's not overly expensive. So for 3 of us, plus we did the tractor ride where we had to pay for 2 adults for that. And plus we got a bag of not Coke. Pellets and carrots, and then we got a drink each, like just a can of Coke, you know. That cost me about $60.
Yeah, shit, that is pretty expensive. Go to a farm.
Yeah.
And you can't just BYO carrots, I guess. You can't just feed the animals, whatever.
I don't reckon.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah. But
I wouldn't let randoms come in, feed my animals.
No, that's pretty
crazy.
wild. That's pretty wild. But yeah, it was sick, honestly.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So that's pretty much all I've done in the last 24 hours since I recorded this solo episode. So today's going to be really about advice, but we'll get to advice in a minute. I do want to go through some sport if we can.
Well, let's do it.
And then he comes to playoffs and it's just like not only overs, but scoring 56 points. Like
crazy, man.
He really knows how to do it. He has that switch.
Yeah.
And he's like, as long as we make playoffs, I don't care if we're the last seed, we'll make a run.
Yeah, I was listening to this other basketball podcast like earlier today, and they were just saying like if you were just a real casual basketball fan that only ever watched the playoffs, you'd think Jimmy Butler's one of like the top 5 players in the world.
Yeah,
because every year he brings it.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I think I really only started seeing this at the bubble.
Yeah,
but he probably didn't have much playoff experience before that, being in Minnesota.
He was playing in that series in Philly when Kawhi beat them. That crazy bounce around buzzer beater at the end.
Oh yeah, true. Was he playoff Jimmy then? Not to
this level.
Yeah.
Not what we saw in the bubble.
Miami he's really shined in Miami. Have we missed any?
That was just the Eastern Conference that we've gone through. I mean, we mentioned a couple of Western teams too.
Yeah.
Or maybe we did cover everything. No, we've talked about them all
Yeah.
actually.
Is there anything? I mean, we'll touch on Dylan Brooks. I'm a bit angry that the media are just giving this guy so much attention, and I guess we are the new media here at Welcome to the Poddy podcast. But I just want to touch on this just to give Dylan Brooks the opposite of his flowers. This stupid motherfucker said, "I don't respect anyone till they come in and give me 40." First off, that means you almost don't respect anyone in the league because people don't just drop 40 every night, regardless of how well they play. Like, you can kill and have 32 points.
Yeah.
And also, your career average, bro, is not average. Sorry, career high. Cut that. Your career high is 37.
Is it that high for him?
Yeah, but everyone in the league's got one game.
Yeah.
It hasn't like Corey Brewer got like a fucking
He had a
50
piece,
points.
man.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, that wasn't fair. No disrespect to Corey Brewer, but like,
Copping shots.
he's not an all-star. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you're in the league, you've got the capability of having a game like that. But talking about,
But Corey Brewer's not out there talking all that shit. though.
yeah, and that's another. And even someone like Draymond, who I don't know what his career high is. I'm sure he's had 40. But like, he wasn't doing all the talking before championships.
Mm.
He had a resume to allow the shit talk. And these Grizzlies, the Ja Morants, the Dylan Brooks, the Desmond Baines, just fucking fools, man. And you got Triple J, the only one that has actually got anything of note on his resume with Defensive Player of the Year, albeit his stats may have been inflated at home games. Is that still being investigated?
I think it's been investigated.
Oh, and it's all good?
It's all good.
Okay.
There might be like two blocks that shouldn't have been. But
Yeah, right, okay. So,
Yeah,
and he's the quietest one of them all.
yeah.
And there's nothing like watching a fuckboy get humbled, bro.
I love it.
After talking, so if anyone isn't aware, which I'm sure you are if you're a Welcome to the Poddy listener, well, no, that's not true. There's many listeners that I've got a listener. Everyone knows him. He's housemate Dan. Not to be confused with roommate Dan. He's not an NBA fan at all. He likes AFL and he likes tennis. He likes tennis.
That's fair enough.
And I don't actually, now that I say that, I don't even think that he probably listens to the show anymore, but yeah. So there are people that have done or do listen to the show that don't follow basketball. So I will say this. After Dylan Brooks said all this shit like, oh, I don't care, he's old. I don't respect anyone until they come in and give me 40. And he's talking about like, oh, LeBron James, like, he's old. Like, I wish I got to play against Miami Bron or Cleveland Bron. It would have been harder. Dumb cunt. LeBron comes out, 20 points, 20 rebounds, and the game winner on Dylan Brooks' fucking retarded head, bro. Bleep that.
Man, you corny.
Yeah. That was just such a fucking nice game to watch. As a Lakers fan
Yeah.
and as a Dylan Brooks hater, you couldn't ask for any more than that.
Bro, the Lakers, and I mean, this season looked ugly for them. They have
2-10, dude. That was so rough.
They are looking fucking. They're clicking at the right time.
Yeah.
Shout out to Vanderbilt.
Yeah. Jay Vando. Fan favorite.
Shout out to Hutchie.
Yep. AR-15.
I mean, no disrespect again. D'Angelo Russell he's just not quite giving me the.
He brought it last game, man.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. Fourth quarter, I think it was. Fourth quarter or overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit some big shots.
Oh, okay.
Like back-to-back possessions.
Yeah, I'm just watching box scores because I'm at work every freaking day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, Austin Reeves. He's legit, man.
AR-15, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, ridiculous. Just.
I was so skeptical for like, I don't know, the first month, but when he was just getting heaps of foul calls. But
he is a foul baiter.
But after like watching him, he can play.
He can play, but so can Jimmy Butler, and Jimmy Butler's a foul baiter. Joel Embiid's a foul baiter.
Yeah.
James Harden's a foul baiter. It's part of the game now. It's a skill set. I hate it. It's the worst part of basketball right now. Luka Doncic. Doncic. John kick.
John kick. Fuck, that's a new one.
Doncic.
Doncic.
Doncic. Luka Doncic. Foul baiter.
Yeah.
Wow. Just stroked out. Yeah, dude, that shit, I hate that part of the game. But if that's what the game is, you gotta add it to your repertoire, and Reeves has it.
He's got it, and it's not as offensive to watch as someone like Luka or Harden. Like,
I will say, and also, I'm a Steph Curry fan, so I do need to say he's a foul baiter as well before people.
Oh yeah, so many.
He's gross. Trey Young, gross.
Yeah, so many. Some do it better than others.
Yeah.
Yeah, part of the game, as you said.
Yeah. He's not as ugly with it, but it's still. I mean, it's still obvious to watch.
Yeah, and it's not like the most exciting thing as a fan watching dudes at the free throw line.
No,
half the game.
Like Jimmy Butler the other night had 50 points off of like 26 shots. Like, which is not. That's not fun, man.
The mid range was fun though.
Yeah,
watching that was fun.
Yeah, dude, what an absolute cooker, bro. He was Walter White out there.
I'm just still not ready to ride off the Bucks though.
No, neither. Not in the first round. You can't, like, 3-1 doesn't really. It's not like saying 3-1 in the finals.
Yeah,
where it's kind of over.
Because I went to like jump on them and put a bit of money on, but it's only paying like $2 for them to come back from 3-1 down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a lot of people have the same idea.
Yeah, Giannis is back. You just hate to see them get punished for Giannis getting hurt on a dirty play.
Middleton sucks now as well.
Yeah.
That's
a
big part of the problem.
So much bread on that cunt yesterday, bro. I'm sick over it. I'm fucking sick. I just want him to have 20 points, bro.
Yeah.
Just 20. It's the only bet I put on for the day. It wasn't a multi. I thought I was being clever. Fucking pissed my fucking money up the wall, bro. Yeah. So much, bro, because I thought it was like a lock. I also didn't realize Giannis was back yesterday.
Yeah, that hurts. Yeah, I think for them it's just less shots for Middleton and just put Giannis on Jimmy.
Yeah.
I think Holiday's been guarding him most of the time.
Too short.
Yeah. Like, great defender.
Great
but
defender.
Just too short for these mid-range fadeaways.
Yeah.
Can't put them off.
Yep. Anything else? Anything else stand out from the playoffs at the moment that we need to touch on?
No, I mean, it's all going to be different by the time
it
gets released anyway. It's going to be, round 1 or round 2 probably would have started by then.
Yeah, sports section, not evergreen content, but let's move on. Clay's reviews.
Comedy, action, or horror. Will this movie win an Oscar? Set design, directing, acting, lighting, or costumes? This segment is Clay's reviews.
I've got 2 movies here. One of them you've seen for sure, and you didn't enjoy it, and I didn't enjoy it.
What is it?
Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
It's slim pickings on Netflix when you're looking on the kids channel. And I've watched enough Coco Melon. It's driving me up the fucking wall. Elmo is doing my head in. I was like, let's watch a movie. Look, Space Jam, maybe we can both get around this. Trash, bro.
Yeah.
Name an iconic song from Space Jam 2.
No, I got nothing.
Nothing.
I don't even know how that movie ends, man. I feel like that was just a waste of a couple of hours.
I'll tell you, they win and he gets his son's love back and they get out of the metaverse or wherever they are.
Yeah, lame.
Toontown. Stupid, bro. Or they've got a guy called Al G Rhythm.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that movie sucked, man.
Fucking whack, bro. And they don't even have like, dude, you open Space Jam, and what's the first song they're playing in Space Jam, bro? The first Space Jam.
I can't. To be honest, that was never my favorite.
It might be Basketball Jones.
Oh yeah.
Basketball Jones. I got a Basketball Jones. I got a Basketball Jones, oh baby. Ooh. Fuck, that's beautiful. And then you got fucking everybody get up. It's time to slam now. I got a real thing going down. Welcome to the Space Jam. It's your chance. Do your dance at the Space Jam. All right.
Nice. And what have they got in this shit?
You tell me, bro.
I don't know, man.
You tell me. And then you got R. Kelly before we knew what he was doing. He was doing I Believe I Can Fly. Fly. You know? The fucking banging soundtrack. I could watch that. If I was blind, I could watch Space Jam 1 and have the time of my life. This shit was poo, dude. First of all, LeBron... Dude, he's trying so hard to be the GOAT. He's telling everyone on his TV shows that he's the GOAT. He's doing the exact same thing as Michael Jordan, everything except the dunk contest, by the way. He's doing Space Jam, which is a little bit in poor taste. And then he accidentally, I don't even know if this was meant to happen, but he was the villain in his own fucking movie. His son hated him.
Yeah, dude, I've completely just blanked this shit out of my mind.
He was just like forcing his son to like take basketball serious, and the first scene in the movie is like his two sons playing basketball against each other, and one of them's like taking a bad shot, and he's like, "What we talk about?" He like has a go, and he was like, "We're playing in the backyard." I was like, "I'm gonna hate this guy for the whole movie." And I did, and even when he like the corny like the turn in the very end where he's like, You did all this, son. I love you, son. Keeps calling his son. It's like
son and his son.
Yeah. Duke. He's got a name. Who knows what it is? Because I couldn't even focus on anything really. There's a cunt called Algae Rhythm in it.
Yeah, hated that part of it.
What's that actor's name? He's War Machine from Iron Man.
Oh,
Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle, dude. That legit sounds like something that you would put on a charcuterie board. Can you pass me the Don Cheadle?
Don Cheadle, dog.
Yeah, bro, but I do fuck with John Cheadle, but you also realize how small actors are when LeBron is on the screen.
Who looked what? Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle looked absurd. Because all actors are like relatively small, so like you don't notice it when they're all together, and then they're with an NBA player, and it's just like, jeekers.
1.72. What's that in feet?
I'm going to say
5'7" or 8" or something.
Yeah, I reckon 5'6", 5'7", which. That is pretty short.
Yeah, that look real small next to LeBron.
Yeah. That's over a foot shorter than LeBron. Yeah, but anyway, not even like, the animation just wasn't even good. Like, do you remember they had Anthony Davis and Dame Lillard as the stars. Yeah, and some chick, They had Diana Taurasi, but they had another chick that like no one's ever heard of, the spider one.
Yeah, I don't know who it was.
Like, what are we doing, dude? Like, you're the villain in your own movie, and you're also trying to do work. I'm out. I gave it a 3 out of 10.
Yeah, I was waiting for this. Is that the lowest you've ever given anything?
No, dude, you asked me that
I know I asked you that last time, but I just can't remember hearing a 3.
No, I've given ones before, and I do believe there's possibly a 0.5 somewhere. But
I'm surprised this didn't go lower based on the review. There was not one positive thing said about this film. Soundtrack sucked. The actors sucked. Animation sucked.
No, I'm a LeBron hater, but I'll tell you this: I've been supporting that motherfucker in the playoffs because one. I can't believe his longevity, and 2, fuck Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
I can't even get through a Space Jam 2 review without saying fuck Dylan Brooks, dude.
I hope you say it at least one more time on this pod.
And then I watched a movie. Bro, I've been watching so many dumb cunt movies because of Rachel. She won't let me watch anything remotely dark or like anything that's not like about love. It's doing my head in, bro.
Oh, I feel you, man.
I'm
Same issue, and that's why I'm like staying up late at night just to watch shows I want to watch.
Yeah, I'm about to move out,
Mad
honestly.
tired in the morning, but
Take some annual leave and get the fuck out of here and watch some real movie. But Ticket to Paradise. Julia Roberts, George Clooney. So, you know, it's got some star power.
Yep.
Their daughter doesn't even look like him in it. And no, let's not be mean. She could be she's probably nice. She's probably a really nice person. Let's say that. And that's something you say about someone that's not talented.
Caitlin Dever or Diva?
Who knows, bro? You ever heard of her?
Nah.
You never will again. First and last movie, maybe. Suck. Oh, God. Try not to be mean. No, it wasn't great. It wasn't great. And then there was another girl in it that was her best friend who thought she was the comic relief. And, dude, if I was on a boat with her, I would have kicked her off and driven the boat away. I'm not kidding. She made me so mad. It's like everything got a little bit too serious, right? It's like, oh, so much love and like, oh, there's a bit of family tension. And then she comes in to liven it back up. And it just made me so mad, bro. Hated her. No offense. I'm sure she's lovely. She's probably a lovely girl. This was mad, corny. Two parents, you know, hate each other. They're divorced. They don't even live in the same city. They've got to come together on a trip to Bali. Hello.
Oh,
It all comes full circle.
It does.
For their daughter's wedding. And they kind of rebond on the fact that they don't want their daughter getting married. And then there's hijinks to stop the wedding and all of this. And then they realize what we're doing is wrong and we should support our daughter's love. And now we love each other as well. And kill yourselves. 4.5.
Yeah, fair enough. That doesn't sound like I'm not going to be watching that anytime soon.
Please don't. Please don't. I've given some 5s that are watchable. This is a 4.5 that I don't know, man.
Fuck, you've had a rough week on the couch, dude. You need to start watching some good shit.
I know. What have you watched?
Just recently I watched Beef on Netflix, the series.
Beef.
Yeah, I was saying to you off air, like, I didn't really know what to expect going into it.
Mm-hmm.
The first episode is just about like a road rage incident.
Right.
And yeah, where it goes from there.
Is it continuous or is it like Black Mirror, like how it's all different?
No, it's continuous.
Yeah.
It's all about the initial road rage incident.
Right, so it's a linear story, same characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and it just delves into their personal lives, and then there's like intertwining stories along the way.
Are all the stories beef related? Like, does anyone get barley belly?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No one's. Oh, there is a bathroom incident, but no, not barley belly.
Cocaine?
Yeah, there's a bit of cocaine in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't do the in-depth analysis like you do, man, but I recommend it. And once you've watched it, if you do, I'm keen to hear what you have to say about it.
What do you give it?
I give it I'm going to go with an 8.5.
Holy Hannah. 8.5.
The day I watched it was one of the days where we were sick and we were just sitting around the hotel all day.
And you banged 10 out in one day.
So yeah, I had heaps of energy because I'd just been laying around all day, and we started watching it at 9 o'clock at night. Hannah fell asleep after episode 1, and I just sat there on the iPad and watched the next 9 because they were half-hour episodes. So
you were up till like what, 3 a.m. or something?
Yeah, it was like 2:30 when I called it.
Hectic, dude. But to sit up and just watch one show back to back for that long, it has to be decent. Has to have you.
It was a cliffhanger at the end of every episode.
Yeah, it's got to have.
Where does it go from here?
Yeah. What show? Did you ever watch Barry?
No.
That's on binge. Highly recommend. It's already been reviewed. I think I gave it an 8.5, maybe a 9. Talk about cliffhangers, dude. I could not stop watching it. I was doing up late type shit. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Couldn't stop. There's been some other shows like that, but I just can't remember them at the moment. But there's some good shit out there. But Beef 8.5, and it grips you, gets the hooks in.
Like it's all filmed pretty creatively and interestingly.
They went HD with it, or
it was all pretty clear. What's that film? Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, or some shit.
Did you watch that?
I've seen that. I think someone that like one of the guys that filmed that had something to do with Beef too.
Okay, talk about Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, because I haven't watched it yet.
Oh, I watched that ages ago. Couldn't tell you what happens, but at the time I enjoyed it.
Okay. Anything else
that I've been watching? I'm real late in the piece with Succession. I started real late, so I'm only like just about to finish season 1 now. But
I've already reviewed that. One of the best shows out right now. It could be an all-timer. Yeah.
It just sucks. I'm getting heaps of spoilers popping up on my Twitter feed and other podcasts. So,
brutal.
But it is what. Hopefully, by the time I get to it, I would have forgotten about them all. And
I try hard not to do spoilers. That's why today I was trying to ask you if you've seen an episode without giving too much information, and then you've seen it more recently than me, so you actually had more information than I had. But I was trying to be vague because I don't want to give shit away, you know?
Yeah.
Nothing. The only thing worse than the feeling of ruining a movie or show for someone else is them ruining it for you.
Yeah, so just treat others as you want to be treated, I guess.
Dude, it's in the Bible. That's what they talk about.
With movies. That's
spoilers.
Movies and TV shows.
Do unto others.
Yeah. That's how I go about life.
Yeah. All right, that's all I've got is those two. Let's do some advice.
We need to move Lonzo.
That ain't no problem.
Huh?
That ain't no problem.
This one's from a man called Henry, and I know a guy named Henry, and I hope he's all right. I've been seeing this girl for a while, and she invited me to watch a playoff hockey game with her, and I know next to nothing about hockey. Should I learn as much as I can, or just tell her I know probably nothing about the sport? She seems really into it. Henry, have you ever seen a rom-com? Dirk? You lie from the start. You're going to end up looking like that dude from Hitch, Kevin James, lying and shit, not being who you really are. And then, you get into the whole thing of it where maybe you fall in love and then she thinks you're Mr. fucking Hockey and you don't even know who Alex Ovechkin is? Like, sort it out. You know?
Yeah.
You can't just be out here just like, oh yeah, man, like I love rock climbing. Yeah. And you're like all afraid of heights and shit, you know? Like, what are you doing, dude? No, you don't. Just tell, you know what? The ultimate, dude, I'm just, this is all just coming to me right now. Aphrodisiac, the ultimate aphrodisiac is girls love to teach you something you don't know, dude. Love it. You tell her, like, I mean, I'd love to go to the playoff hockey game with you. I don't really know anything about hockey. Like, I don't even know what, shot clock violation is. And she's like, that's the wrong sport, honey, but let's go and I'll show you, you know? I was going to say goaltending, but that's the whole thing about hockey.
Yeah.
Dude, be honest, and she'll teach you, and she'll be like, during the game, she'll go, oh, see what he's doing there? That's called icing. I don't know what icing is, but I know it's something in hockey. That's called icing. And then next time it happens, you stand up and be like, oh, icing. And she'll be like, oh my God. You know? Tell the truth.
Yeah, tell the truth.
If there's anything that can be learned from the movie Concussion with Will Smith, it's tell the truth.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, man. Don't learn as much as I can. What are you turning a date into homework, my guy? Get your shit together. No offense, Henry. I hope you're all right. This one's coming in from Frankie, which could be a girl's name.
Could be. I know a dude called Frankie.
I know I went to college with a dude called Frankie, so it could be him. I don't think it is based on what this says. Mom, it is MOM.
Okay, so it's not the. Oh, it might be the Frankie I know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's your Frankie?
Do you remember him from high school?
No.
Frankie was in my year.
No.
Blonde hair, long blonde hair.
No.
Okay.
Was he American?
No, but the way he spoke.
Really?
He's got a real interesting accent.
He's specced out.
I don't think so. Can we cut this?
No, we can't cut it.
I doubt he listens, but
No, because people on the spectrum watch so much movies and shit that they develop an accent because it's like all they do. Because they don't like hang out with people as much. They're less social because they've got difficulty with social cues and stuff like that. So they're home a lot doing their hobbies and stuff, and they watch like anime and fucking.
This dude might have smoked himself onto the spectrum, dude. That's what I'm saying. We gotta cut this.
Nah, no fucking way, bro. That was the best. That was the funniest thing you've ever said on the podcast, bro. That's staying in. Mom's fiance set up a camera to spy on us, and this sounds perverted, Frankie. And I still can't tell if you're a
This
guy.
still might be the guy I'm talking about.
Shit. It's definitely not. I don't think it's the Frankie I know.
Let's hear it.
I know a girl named Frankie, though, in Adelaide. Could be her. Maybe she's not good at spelling. Because mother has an O in it, so she might just be confused. My mom's fiance set up a camera in our home. It says in out, but it means in our home to spy on us. He set it up in the dining room / kitchen area. This guy is a poor cunt, bro. He's like, don't touch my chips.
Yeah.
This guy's got like a real unique taste in chips, you know, like trying to think of a chip that not everyone like buys, like barbecue chips. Not everyone buys the orange packet of chips, dude. This guy like almost exclusively buys barbecue chips, and he reckons every time he comes home, he reckons there's less chips than when he left. And so he sets up a camera to like make sure cunts aren't touching his chips. We pay rent here. Dude, I know some people that had to pay like minimum like with their parents growing up. Like once they turned like 16 or something. I hate that, man. I'm not into that. That's white people shit. Did you have to do that?
I didn't, but I did know of some people that did have to do that. But then
White people?
Yeah, but then when they moved out, they got it all back in like a lump sum. But they didn't know they were getting it.
With interest, probably? Sounds like
maybe,
it. White
maybe.
people.
It's just, yeah.
Wow, that is kind of impressive. That's not what I think happened with my friends.
No, there'd be a lot of people that's actually going on to the mortgage. Like, yeah.
I'll tell you this, and no offense, Mum, but she tried to pull some shit like that on me at one point, and I know shit was tight in our house. And she's the hardest working man I've ever met. I've always said that. Yeah, she tried to pull that shit on me, and I was just like, well, I'm moving with Dad, which is rude, but also I don't want to pay rent to my own family.
Yeah, you had to look out for your own pockets at that point in time as well, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just like, well, if you're gonna make me do that, I'll just move with Dad. And then she's like, fuck. And I never had to do it. But I know so many of my white friends that had to do that shit, which is just like, I just don't think you do that to family. Like, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like all of a sudden, like you owe me. It's like you chose to have kids.
Yeah. Like I couldn't imagine you asking Kenny for rent.
No way. No. I'll tell you what I would do though, and this might sound foul, but if my dad was coming back to Adelaide and he moved back and he didn't have a place yet, and he was like, yeah, I'll just stay with you guys for a couple months. Couple months isn't, no. You're going to have to chip into the rent for a couple months.
Yeah, that's different though.
Couple weeks, go ahead.
Yeah.
Couple months, Duke.
Months, yeah, that's living. You're not just staying here anymore. You're living here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is an interesting topic. We'll get back to you in a minute, Frankie. Rachel went to New York, and I say went to intentionally, to study acting or something. And it was acting. And she was there for 3 months, and she claims to have lived in New York.
I don't think 3 months is living.
You can't sign a 3-month lease.
Yeah.
If your name is not on a lease, you didn't live there.
Yeah. If you're not getting like mail directed to there, I don't think you were living there.
If you're, yeah,
maybe not mail, but I think the lease one's probably more applicable.
maybe, but some people live kind of free, right? But I think you got to be looking at more. You got to be spending more of the year in one place than another, is what I would say.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think if you're there for 5.5 months, you didn't live there. You were on tour or something.
Yeah.
You were traveling. If you're there for 6 months and 1 day, you live there. That's how I see it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a grey area with everything, but I think 6 months is where you draw the line.
Yeah, and 1 day, I'd say.
6 months and 1 day.
It's got to be over the.
day.
It's like majority ownership. It's not 50%. It's 51. And I don't think you live somewhere if you're in Australia for 9 months and America for 3. Where do you live?
You live in Australia.
Yeah, that's easy. But if you break it down and you're like, oh, but 3 months is a long time. Like, yeah, you can make the argument, but 3 months is a very short time out of 12.
Yeah. It's a long stay, but you don't live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't care if you did Airbnb for 3 months and you weren't in a hotel or whatever, you were in a house. It doesn't make a difference. That doesn't mean I lived in Italy for 1 month twice. I went to Italy.
That'd sound nuts if you ever told me you lived in Italy for 1 month twice.
Yeah, that's lit, bro. Yeah, when you and Wattsy when you went to Bali 1 week ago, you didn't live there for a week.
Felt like it. But no, I'm on board with you, man. It's 6 months and a day.
Yeah, I don't care if you're studying or not. Studying for 3 months, it's barely studying in my opinion anyway. You got to you got to be there for more. That's my new definition of living somewhere is you got to be there for more of the year than you weren't there.
Okay, so back to how we got to this. If your dad was to come and stay with you for like 5.5 months, he wasn't living with you, he was just staying with you. So does he need to pay?
Well, in that scenario, he doesn't know when he's leaving, right? Because he's looking for a place. He's moved back to Adelaide. He doesn't have a place yet.
So it could be 1 week, could be 8 months.
Yeah. So you're not living with me because once we put that title on it, you're not going to leave.
Yeah.
You're living in Adelaide. You're not living with me. Let me be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, if he's coming for 3 months and he knows he's coming for 3 months and he's going back, where's he going back to? Home,
where he lives.
Yeah. But also, you're coming here for 3 months with an end date. You're not staying here for 3 months. Dude, 3 months is a long time. 1 month is a long time. Like a year's only 12 months. 1/12 of a cake. It's like a decent chunk of that cake.
Decent chunk.
I don't want it.
Actually, that's not that much the cake. Cakes? Oh no, you can split a cake however you want to split a cake.
It's not like a pizza.
Yeah, last one I had, I think it got split into I think 16.
That's hectic. That's
Slithers, man.
That's a small cake. Not a small cake, small piece of cake.
Yeah.
I'm taking 2. Dude, you ever been to a wedding?
once or twice.
They cut those pieces of cake up small, bro.
Yeah, well, there's hundreds.
Yeah,
Hundreds
but
of slices. It's
get a
get a big
big
cake.
No, everyone's so full anyway because of
Yeah.
there's
Beers.
usually. I mean, I've been to weddings where there's not that much of a feed, but so much beer, so much beer. You ever been to a wedding where there wasn't enough to drink?
No.
I went to one where there was enough to like I was done, but they certainly cut the bar before everyone was ready for them to do it, and that was a pretty disappointing sort of situation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
That sucks. That's a huge mood kill.
Yeah. But I mean, if you're balling on a budget, like you got to pull the plug when you got to pull the plug as well, and I totally get that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cunts got to get their wallets out.
I'm
Keep going.
cheap, bro. Anyway, Frankie, what does he say? Or she? We pay rent here. He doesn't live in his house. So why is he leaving his chips there? Is that legal? Now I don't know how. I can't really get into the legalities of it. I guess it depends if you're paying rent. It's your mum's house. You're paying rent. He doesn't live there. It's your mum. Your mum basically probably makes that legal. Whether if she's aware of the situation, if she's okay with it, legal. If it's a hidden camera and she's not okay with it or she's unaware of it, probably illegal. I don't know if the legalities is the problem. I think you guys. I think what you need to do is this is if you're a guy, Frankie. I'm feeling pretty safe in saying this as a guy because you're not sounding like mad threatened about a guy with a camera. So I'm going to say you're a guy, and this guy, your stepdad, fiance, future stepdad. He's just trying to protect his barbecue chips. So I think what you got to do is stand up in front of the camera, and I think you got to open your asshole up towards it.
There might be more cameras the next day, dude.
Or
This could go the complete wrong way.
yeah, you could go viral by on accident.
And then everyone's seen you ringer.
Would you rather someone see your doodle or your poodle?
Fuck, I've never really thought about that.
I'd be.
Poodle's probably more anonymous, I would have thought.
You might think that, but do you know that your poodle is the same as a fingerprint and no two assholes are the same?
I didn't know that, man.
I don't know if I even know that, dude. I'm just talking, but I'd be nervous either way. I'd be nervous for the internet to see my doodle, depending on what time of day it is, how much blood's flowing through my body, whether I'm seated or standing. My asshole, I'd probably be more comfortable with what time of day it is and whatever pose I'm in. I'd probably be a bit nervous if, what if there's a little hemi or something happening that day?
Yeah.
And people are like, what? I don't want anyone to say, I don't want anyone to ask what's wrong with that asshole,
Yeah, dude.
Because people say that about me all the time, but they're not talking about my actual asshole. They're just talking about me. But I don't know. Yeah, my doodle is, I'm pretty protective over it. My ex has dick pics of me though. I hate that about myself.
Are you pretty confident they're not going to get leaked? Are they that type of person or what?
I don't think she's malicious like that, and we didn't end on bad terms. I don't think. And I have pictures of her.
So you got leverage.
Pussy. Is that?
Yeah.
Beep that. Vagina. Her. Is there a nice way to say cunt?
It's nicer it gets, I reckon. Crisp tea.
Yeah, I feel like there's cute words for schlong,
Wang.
Hammer. Piece. Cock. unit.
Pipe.
Yeah. Slab.
Yeah, we could go on here.
Yeah. And then all the girls ones is like cunt, pussy, meat wallet,
Axe wound.
axe wound.
That
Yeah.
one's crazy.
Gash.
Yeah.
Gash is nuts. Mort.
I haven't heard that one in so long, dude.
Shout out to PK. He hates that. He hates Mort.
That's so funny.
Flash 89. Yeah, girls ones sound way more like, I know they flower. I don't think that's really even in the lexicon of it.
No, I've never heard anyone really refer to it as that.
Yeah.
Lil Wayne, one song, but
Yeah. But anyway, Frankie, I don't know if it's legal or not, but I would like to see like a Step Brothers level fight of you and your mum's fiance on the front lawn. Mum's fiance sounds wild, and I've been in that situation before, but it sounds super white trash. Mum's fiance, you know what I mean? No?
yeah, I know what you're saying, but so many people around the world go through that every single day.
Yeah, but it sounds like my mom's fiance definitely sounds like a trailer park situation, like cigarettes getting put out on your body and shit. Like it sounds.
all I'm thinking of is 8 Mile.
Yeah, me too. That's exactly what I'm picturing, man. That's Michael Shannon. Shout out to Michael Shannon. He was the mum's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I think you got to fight him. I don't know, or break his camera. Just do something reckless. I don't know how old you are, Frankie.
See, I still just don't know if Frankie is a dude or a chick.
Slap the shit out of this motherfucker. When next time he's like replacing the battery in his camera, that's when I'd slap the battery out of his hand or something. What the fuck is this shit anyway? You know, like just assert your authority. But I pay rent in this bitch. You know, something like that. Be like, you want to film? You want to film me, motherfucker? Film me. Let's pay-per-view this shit. Let's get outside, you and me. Fucking let's touch gloves and go.
I feel like I need to know more before I judge this dude with the
This is one of our shortest emails we've ever got.
Yeah.
He's not even asking for advice really. He's just asking, is it legal?
Because you know some like home securities or like some home layouts, you might walk in and you're in the kitchen / living area.
Yeah.
Like, is it maybe just pointed at the door in that room? There's just so much I don't know that I just can't.
Do you think the camera's in the corner of a room, or is like a setup like this, like just on a tripod in the middle, like on the dining room table, just like that's nuts.
That's nuts if that's just in your kitchen.
I think if that's what the setup is,
Has to be some like ceiling mounted shit. Has to be.
well then just wet some toilet paper and throw it at the lens. That's what I do. Go full High School Musical on them. Shout out to Lavelle's favorite movie. Thanks, Frankie. I hope that helps. I don't know if it's legal. Shout out to James Caldecott. How do I get my husband to keep his agreement regarding our dog? And this is from a lady named Penelope. Now, do you even know Penelope?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
And is her name Penny? Like, do they call her Penny?
Okay, when I say I know someone named Penelope, it's just a guy I know's wife.
Right, so
I don't actually like know her, but I think he does refer to her as Penny.
yeah, right. I don't know a Penelope. I like to what I like to do with all the people that write in is say, I know someone with that name, and then give a little bit of a background of who I know. I know a guy named Dale Penny.
Oh yeah.
We went to primary school together.
Yeah, I think he used to play like footy against that guy or something.
And he kind of looks like Corey Maynard, and he also was a golf caddy, and apparently is very good at golf himself.
There you go.
Shout out to Dale Penny. He couldn't get rid of me at our friends Bucks. Shout out to Elliot, the official, unofficial MLB correspondent of the Welcome to the Poddy podcast. At his Bucks show, I was really sucking Dale Penny off, and I'm not sure why. I think it was just because like I didn't really know many people there, and like then he was a familiar face. And I just started like, fuck, I couldn't leave him alone, dude. So gay. Anyway, this is from Penelope. How do I get my husband to keep his agreement regarding our dog? This is kind of silly and not that big of a deal, but I wanted to ask anyway. My husband got a dog. Strange way to put it.
They didn't get a dog together. Just their husband got a dog.
That's interesting.
Mm.
He begged me for months to get one, and so we agreed that he is in capitals, he had to take him for walks, feed him, clean poop / messes, etc. I wasn't super opposed to it, but I just didn't want the dog or the responsibility of taking care of it. Lately, my husband has been asking for my help more and more often. I don't like where this is going. I've reminded him that it's his responsibility, and most of the time it works, but I can tell he's really irritated by my lack of helpfulness. I don't hate the dog by any means. I just want my husband to hold up to his end of the deal in the long run. I think he's sort of just waiting for me to like the dog enough to help to take care of him. I don't want to. How can I put my foot down and remind him of his responsibilities without looking like a lazy brat? Listen here. Penelope. I'll tell you a story about my son. Years Rachel talked to me about having a kid, and I was hesitant. For years, I did not want a kid. I said I'd never wanted a kid. We got to a point where I was so comfortable in a relationship for the first time that I could actually see having a kid and there not being a terrible side to it. It's got bad sides, poo, crying, sleeplessness. That's pretty much it. It's pretty fucking cool having a kid. It's also very cool having a dog. But let's say you had this conversation, the same conversation me and Rachel had before my son popped into our lives, and your husband was like, well, I don't really want a kid, but if we're going to compromise and have one, you fucking take care of it. No, that's nuts. And I know there's some people out there, don't compare dogs and kids. I've got dogs and I've got kids. And let me tell you this, same thing. Same thing. Dogs are just a little bit easier because when they piss you off, you can put them outside without someone calling the cops. You feel that this was just a your husband thing. One, the fact that he had to beg you for months sucks for him. Just get a dog, okay? If you're not scared of them, you just don't like the responsibility. Just get a fucking dog, okay? I get it if it's a fear-based thing, but it's not. You've got a dog and you've got a dog together. I'm sorry to tell you. You're married, for Christ's sake. You're not even just boyfriend and girlfriend. You are married. That is your dog too. So just get with it. Just get with it.
Yeah.
I think, maybe you just be like, first off, the walks thing you can do together. You can all walk together. You fat fuck, Feeding, make him feed it. Okay, fine. He can feed it. Poop. If you are happy with poop just sitting in your yard, you filthy bitch, just leave it there then. But no, you got a dog together. I don't know why I have to be the one breaking this news to you, Penelope. Sounds like a fairy tale name, like like Miss Muffet and a Tuffet. Like Penelope doesn't sound super. Sounds fake almost. It sounds like someone set me up with this. I can't believe. Like if it seems like this is fake, and maybe some guy has sent this in to make me get angry at women. It does not seem like a woman that listens to this show would be like, Clay's going to be super rational about this. Maybe I'll write in and get his perspective.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. So is this dude is he just completely not helping out with the dog, or is just not carrying his weight in her eyes anymore?
She just said, my husband has been asking my help more and more often.
I'll fucking just help him out with the dog. Go for a walk with the dog.
Yeah.
As long as he's like just not feeding it.
Yeah, as long as he's not acting like when you get a kid a dog, right? And they're just like, they love it for a day and then it's your responsibility for it. as long as he's not like that, like
If he's asking for help, just fucking help him.
yeah. I'm angry at you, Penelope, and I've called you bitch a couple of times. I won't be surprised if you don't listen again, but also like fucking go listen to some other shitty podcasts where they tell women that everything they do is okay. This one's coming in from a person named Joel. My girlfriend said she hates men who care about their video games. I can identify this. Rach hates video games, hates them, but she's got like trauma from it, not real trauma, like just little stupid shit. But she reckons she's got a ex-boyfriend that was just like she couldn't get him off the fucking thing. So now like if I haven't played my PlayStation in, I don't know, months probably. If I turned it on tonight, she'd be like, "You're addicted to that," you know?
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but really, she's not talking to me. She's talking to her ex-boyfriend, and he sounds pretty cool. But yeah, this comes from Joel, and his girlfriend hates video games. So I was playing Ark Survival Evolved. Well, sounds like you play gay games, Joel. So that's probably one of your problems. Flying around, and my girlfriend comes up and button mashes my controller, and that Duke is disrespectful.
It's the start of a fucking DV case.
My God, is your girlfriend's name Penelope by any chance?
That's nuts.
Sounds like an absolute POS. Let's hear more. I fall off my dragon and plummet to my death. Dude, I feel like you deserve this shit. You're a fucking loser. No offense. I was like, what the fuck, babe? And she gives me a half-hearted damn sorry. Oh, man. You know how like Bill Burr has this joke about domestic violence where he's like, has anyone stopped to think about, he's talking about Chris Brown and Rihanna when Chris Brown beat her up. And he's like, well, what the fuck did she say?
Is this his most recent one?
No, it's an old one.
Old one? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I've seen it regardless. But yeah, that's a funny bit.
And that's sort of like what's she kind of expecting from this type of behavior? I mean, don't hit women, but like also,
No, don't do that.
oh yeah, the joke is he's talking about how they say you shouldn't. There's no reason to ever hit a woman, and he's like, there's a million reasons. You just don't fucking do it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Where are we? She says, damn, sorry. And I give her a yeah, it's fine, sort of sarcastically, but definitely annoyed. Well, dude, everyone knows what it feels like to get knocked off your dragon. Fucking nerd. She got upset by that and said, God, I hate men who care about their video games. She then went to take the dog out. Oh, okay, so it's not Penelope. I love video games. I'm not obsessed, but when I ain't got shit to do, obviously I'm a play 'em. Dude just turned black. I love video games. I'm not obsessed, but when I ain't got shit to do, obviously I'm a play 'em. That's it says I'm a.
Can you do that accent and talk about getting knocked off your dragon?
Oh yeah, yeah. All right. So I was playing Ark Survival Evolved, flying around. My girlfriend comes up and button mashes my controller. So I fall off my dragon and plummet to my death.
Nuts.
I could have just woke my kid just then. I don't neglect boyfriend duties. I give my girl foot rubs or back rubs, tell her she's pretty or cook dinner for her sometimes. But damn it, I do care about some of my games. And what she said was disrespectful as fuck. So after I recovered my shit and got to base, I moved my Xbox shit to the living room. No one, I've just realized now that I'm reading this, no one really swears in the emails. It's pretty rare to, this is dope. Shout out to Joel. Could be Joel. This could be Joel Embiid writing in. So after I recovered my shit and got to base, I moved my Xbox shit to the living room and plan on sleeping there for a day or two. Her saying that made me think that she doesn't really care about what I like. If she needs help, she'd rather ask her mum what to do or even if she needs help, she'd rather ask her mum what to do even if I say the same thing. I don't think she honestly values me or what I have to say. You just went into in the very last sentence, you went in a different direction. Is this about video games or not?
I think it's all about some other shit.
Yeah, I think it's about some other shit for both of you. The level of disrespect she went to about a video game is like way over the line, and your reaction over a video game is pretty extreme.
Yeah.
I think you guys have more issues. You said girlfriend, so you're not married or whatever. See if you can work it out. You probably need to try and have a conversation without there being a pause screen in the background. You probably really need to turn the TV and the Xbox off and like try and air some shit out. She needs to tell you what her actual issues in the relationship are, and you need to address those without getting defensive. That's the hardest part of a boyfriend girlfriend. Do you ever have to have like a moment with Hannah where you like have to air out some grievances?
Yeah. Yeah.
We do it pretty regularly because I feel like I'm way less angry now than I was 5 years ago. And I think it's because I don't hold shit in anymore.
Yeah, that shit will kill you.
Yeah. And so like I need to like, if something pisses me off, I just need to bring it up without getting angry. Sometimes I got to like leave it for a minute so I'm not so hot and then come back to it.
Yeah.
But pretty regularly we have like these conversations where it's like, you did this. This is how it made me feel. Why did you do it? If you didn't realize you did it, this is what it was. This is how it made me feel. Is there something that I've done to make you act like that? Or, was it an accident? Were you in a bad mood for something else? Blah, 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 blah. We get to it. Oftentimes you can get defensive and the fight can get worse. It can get into a finger point situation, playing blamesies. So you need to be very mindful of that if you're going to sit down and talk to this chick that knocked you off your dragon, my dude. You got to fucking sit there and be like, you got to be prepared for her to actually give you some truth and be like, yeah, well, I actually wasn't mad at the video games. I'm mad because every time I come home from work, there's dishes piled up to the ceiling and you're sitting there flying a fucking dragon around. And then you can't then be like, yo, my fucking job's hard too. You got to be like, I acknowledge that. And if I'm going to fly my dragon, I have to do the dishes first. And I'll do that tomorrow and moving forward. You cannot get defensive. Even if you think it's out of line, you say, I hear you. I don't see it that way. Those dishes, I was actually mad at those same dishes when I woke up this morning because when you had all your friends over last night, you left the dishes and they were still there when I woke up. And they were, of course, there when I got home from work and I left them as they were your dishes. Right? That's actually finger pointing.
Like really calmly though.
Yeah. Yeah. If that is the accurate like case, if
that's
like,
how it went down, that's how it went down.
But like you can't just get defensive and fucking fuck that. That's bullshit. I've never done anything wrong in my life type of shit. You gotta break that shit down gently, and you just need to take whatever the feedback is, whatever the real issue is, because I don't think it's video games. That last sentence kind of opened this up a little bit. I don't think it's video games. I think there's more to this, and she's probably going to hit you with something real, and you need to hold on before you react. You need to let it hit you, and it might hurt, it might sting, it might frustrate you. The reason for the frustration and the anger is probably because you know it's real, in my experience. So just keep that in mind. You sound young anyway, so could be the first of many conversations like this. Joel, thank you. I think we got two more short ones. Bang these out. Thoughts on Matt Rife? That's all it says. Connor. I think he's a funny dude and very quick. Not hating on him at all, but I think his audience is bad for comedy because they're not there for comedy. They're there for a hot dude. And it irks me so much seeing so many comments on his shit. Girls saying he's the best stand-up ever, or you can tell he really cares because he repeats what the audience members say back to them. Yeah, bitch, he's doing crowd work. Who said this? What was your name? Connor. Sounds like you're jealous. It sounds like you're jealous of Matt Rife. I know who you're talking about. He's
you're
handsome.
familiar with this dude?
I don't know his comedy. I know his face. If he walked in here right now, I'd be like, oh my God, it's Matt Rife. But I don't know his comedy. He is a good looking guy. Sounds like you're jealous. I got a question last episode, I think it was, about like which comedians I can't stand or whatever. I don't want, and I'm not there yet in terms of being a big famous comedian that gets to meet these people and shit. But also, if I do, when I get to that point, I don't want people taking clips of me talking shit about comedians. So I'm not going to fucking sit here and do that.
Yep.
But also, I'm not familiar with Matt Rife's comedy as much as I'm familiar with his face, which maybe goes into what you're saying. But yeah, I don't know, guy. Just if you don't like him, why are you checking his comments so hard? You know?
Sauce.
There's a guy called no, I almost did it. You almost got me. See you, Connor. Last one. Funnier on stage than in conversation. I've been getting a lot of comedy ones lately, which is nice. Well, a lot as in 3. But this one's coming in from Ian. Ian. Do you know an Ian?
Yeah. Used to play basketball with an Ian.
Shit. Ian seems really out of my age range.
Yeah, that's there's another guy from work, but he's like a supplier or something a bit older. Yeah, there's not too many Ians around our age that I'm aware of.
I just can't even imagine, like little baby Ian, you know?
Yeah.
But I can't really, like Kenneth as well. Like, I mean, Kenny, he's actually Kenny on his birth certificate, but like a little Kenneth doesn't seem right either. That's close to Keith, which is nuts.
A little baby Gary or something.
Yeah.
Some crazy
I think,
names.
Oh God, why am I blanking? I think I'm getting dementia early onset. Who's the famous Australian comedian? Jim Jeffries.
Oh yeah.
I think his son's name's Gary or something.
Really?
Yeah. Something like that.
Graham?
No, I don't think it's Graham. No, well, I don't have an Ian to reference. Anyway, you always hear about guys that are funny when talking, but just can't do it on stage. Do you know of anyone who is the opposite? They're great on stage, but as blank as a whiteboard when not. Yeah, I'm kind of taking this personally, Ian. I think that might be me. I don't think I'm particularly funny in regular conversations. It actually is one of my like since starting comedy, it's like I've felt pressure almost to be funny, and I don't think I'm that funny. Like I think I've got to write funny stuff. I don't feel like I've got like wit or like just a natural funniness.
Nah, you've always been pretty funny, man. Like just conversational.
You reckon?
Or observational type shit. Yeah, you're just calling people out and just saying like wild shit.
I do say wild shit, but that's like I don't know if that's as funny as it is inappropriate. And it's like more like shocking than funny. I don't know. I'm considering deleting the Penelope portion of this episode because I called her a bitch a couple of times, and maybe I don't know. I think I'm getting too old to. I think about things more.
People take receipts, man.
Who the fuck is Penelope though?
I don't know.
Some anonymous, maybe real person. It just doesn't seem real, dude. It doesn't seem real, this email. For someone to write this and think that they're not in the wrong is fucking crazy. I'm not deleting it. Fuck that. It's fake. It's not even a real person. Get real. Penelope. It's a guy. I bet it's like Chet or Scott, you know? Like, it's
Fucking with you.
yeah. No, bro, this is nuts. What did she say? How can I put my foot down and remind him of his responsibilities without looking like a lazy brat? Who says that, dude?
Who says that about himself?
It's acknowledging that you're being lazy and asking the comedian on a comedy podcast. People that listen to this know that the advice section, you get roasted and then the real advice comes. And I gave her no real advice because she's a dipshit if it's a real person, but it's part of the game. It's part of the game. I'm not deleting it. Tell a friend about it. Welcome to the podcast. Every week, released on Mondays. And if you share with us, take a screenshot or send however you have told a friend to tell a friend or shared the show, you can win free merch. Win free Welcome to the Poddy merch by doing that. Socks, t-shirts, hats, whatever you want. Not whatever, but whatever's available. You got a chance to win it. Love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves. And as always, bang bang.